beautiful morning to you. You're welcome to Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network. My name is Kingsley Emmanuel. Very happy, of course, to be here this morning to bring you another exciting sports personality on today's edition of the show. And today, we're going to talk about a lady that, of course, that has been very fantastic in her career. She has been doing something great in athletics, and we're going to take a look at all that she's done and what she's about to do and what's the way forward, of course, for her career. And that lady is no other than Toby Amusan, world record holder in women's 100 meters hurdle. I tell you, it's been an impressive one for her, and of course we'll be telling you a lot about what Toby, of course, is bringing to the table at this point in time. It's been a very impressive journey in her athletics career. We'll also take a look at all that she's been able to achieve since she started, of course, athletics. It promises to be an exciting one this morning, and we'll urge you to sit tight as we're ready to unravel all that you need to know about Toby Amusan. We'll take a short break, or we'll come back from the break. We'll bring you the latest about Toby Amusan. Stay with us, we'll be right back. You're welcome back, Steve Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network, and of course, today we're taking a look at Toby Amusan on the show this morning, and with me, of course, to take a look at the life of Toby Amusan is Dr. Elechi. Good morning to you, Doctor, and welcome to the show. I'm very happy to have you this morning.
Good morning, Kingsley, and good morning to our viewers this morning. It's nice to be here, and I think we're going to take a good look at our very own Toby Amusan, who has really done very well for herself in the field and track and field events.
Yeah. All right, let's quickly take a look at, Toby Amusan. Of course, been an impressive ride, for her, taking a look at what she's been able to do for herself. She was born in April 1997. She's a Nigerian track and field athlete who specializes in the 100 meters hurdles and also competes as a sprinter. Toby Amusan was born on 23rd of April, that's 1997, in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State, Nigeria, to Mr. and Mrs. Amusan, who are school teachers. Amusan, as she is fondly called, is the youngest of 3 children. She attended Our Lady of Apostle Secondary School in her hometown, and in May 2023, Amusan earned Master of Arts degree in Leadership Studies and Sports Management at the University of Texas at Paso, United States. Doc, what do you make of, her family and as well, talking about her early life?
One thing you have to understand is this, Toby having the mother and the father being a teacher, a school teacher, maybe probably a primary school or secondary school teacher. Now you understand that teachers always tend to teach everything. They don't just teach one thing. They teach both morals, both leadership. They tend to train the child to become something in the future. And I think Toby Amusan benefited from that. And you can see from all she have achieved thus far, her background really played a very good role in ensuring that she achieved that the feat she has today. Taking a look at them, the background of the parents, teaching, then how she also went to the secondary school she went to Our Lady, and you see that when those days back in those days, not now again, where we have private schools all over the place, those who attend public schools, especially some of these church schools, Our Lady is a church school. There's always that, and I think the parents played a role in ensuring that she goes to one of the best schools. And when you do that, the child will tend to achieve that which she wants to achieve. Kudos must be given to the parents for bringing her up the right way. Though they are 3 siblings, she has two other siblings, but at the end of the day, she comes out top. Though we don't know what the other 2 must have been doing. They must have also been doing well in their own choosing careers. So kudos must be given to the parents for giving her the right platform and upbringing.
All right, still talking about Toby, even at her early age, from an early age, Amusan was an accomplished athlete. She was the 200 meters silver medalist at the 2013 African Youth Championship held in Warri. A year later, she took her first major medal in the 100 meters hurdles, which was also silver at the African Youth Games. She then claimed gold in the event at the 2015 African Junior Athletics Championship in Addis Ababa, also in 2015, while making her All-African Games debut as an 18-year-old. She won the gold medal in the 100 meters hurdle, and of course was really an impressive one for her. Doc, one thing, of course, we also realized from Toby is that at an early age of 13, she started showing that interest in athletics, and she also started, racking up, accolades and medals for herself.
Yes, at that 2013, she should be barely 20. She should be barely 16 years, and at that age, she has already started winning medals at the African Youth Championship held in Warri 2013. She won gold in 200 meters. That's to tell you that her upbringing plays a major role. Like I was talking about the parents, they sent her to a missionary school. Now, in missionary school, most of these sports facilities are always there. I attended a missionary school, Baptist High School. In Baptist High School, we had basketball court, we have track and field, we have football, we have almost all the sports, and it is one of the key mission statement of the school. And that is what is obtainable in some of these missionary schools. I think that played a role, and that also helped her to shape her that early to have started athletics, even when her mates are still thinking of maybe writing WAEC and doing other things. Because one thing about life is you don't just look at life from one area. You look at life generally. They say if you don't put your egg in one basket, if you put your egg in one basket, if there's an issue, the whole egg will do what? Will get burst, and it will become an issue. So I think she tried to put her eggs in diverse basket. At the end of the day, the athletics was what she majored on, and that is the area she is known for now. So at that age, if she did not attend such school, it would have been difficult for her. So I think that played a role.
In a way, you take a look at her life, she started very early, and from what we saw, she was able to spot what she wanted to do in time. What does this mean, especially for young athletes in this our time, also that are also looking forward to become like Toby Amusan?
I think that is where choice of career comes into play, and also guidance, parental guidance comes into play. Most of us are being a victim of this parental guidance. Parents should allow their children the choice of career and also guide them properly. And if children are guided properly on choosing the right career, they won't have an issue. I think majority of our sportsmen, both football, athletics, you find out that at one point in time or the other, their parents have always persuaded them not to go into sports. And that is a major problem. And I also do not blame the parents, because if you check, we don't have the facilities in Nigeria to encourage sporting activities. So if we have the facilities, it becomes easier. And secondly, you find out that anybody who has achieved something in sports had either be because of the will of God or because of sheer determination. So it is not, majority of the people that have gone into sports from early age, not all of them succeed. That's why parents also find it very skeptical to allow their children to go into sports.
But when you take a look at other clients, especially in Europe, you see them, integrating their child or their children into whatever they want to do in time. Especially, let's take football for instance. You see those lads, in their academy down there in Europe. You see how young they are, and they play very good football even at that young age, and they grow with that same mentality. I think we can also look at some of our top stars these days, the likes of Erling Braut Haaland, the likes of even Lionel Messi, even Cristiano Ronaldo. These guys started at a very tender age, and today they are the best in what they're doing. So I don't know what, that's why I was taking reference to how Toby Amusan started at an early age, and today she's at the top of her game. Why? Because she started doing that, right from an early age, and it has taken years for her to gain mastery. And if you take a look at it in Nigeria here, we don't tend to see more of this.
I think we lack a lot in the nation, and sports is the highest employer of labor in the whole world. And if Nigeria could harness the vast resources we have in the sports sector, automatically unemployment will be a thing of the past in the society. Now, if somebody has a meet, like an athletic meet, or you have a football match, or you have been they have lined up series of games you have for the year, you won't think on going to the street to protest or do anything. You will be occupied.
Yeah, true.
Now, Nigeria used to be at the right track before now. In all the mission schools in Nigeria, there's no school you go to that you won't see basketball field, you won't see volleyball. And physical and health education was taken as a major course in secondary schools and primary schools. And there is always time earmarked for sports, like we have a specific time for sports. But today, all that is gone because our political system has been changed to where they bring in who doesn't understand how the system works. And when you bring in a round peg into a square hole, it becomes an issue, because he will, all his intent or her intent will be to what he will gain from the system, not what the person will offer to the system. So that's the problem we have in Nigeria. Now let's look at football, for instance. Do you know that the whole of Port Harcourt, apart from Real Madrid's academy, there is no football academy where you can send your child to go to school, play football alongside, and develop? There is none.
True.
But if you go to Brazil, Brazil is a third world country like Nigeria. From the age of 6, they have schools, and if you cannot go into this school, they will take you to the next school. They have schools all around Brazil that are into football development, football academies. If you go to Europe, the same thing. If you go to Argentina, the same thing. So to discover talent becomes an easier thing. You talk about athletics. If you go to America, go to Spain, they have these academies where children could, for instance, last Saturday was okay, was it Friday?
Last week Friday.
When did Oktoberfest was which day?
I'm trying to recall now.
Okay, so Oktoberfest was Thursday. I think either Thursday or Wednesday last week. We went for the university football team, University of Port Harcourt football team. We went for training at the sports center in Uniport. Now, I saw very few persons there. We were discussing what is this school doing to ensure that they have something that children can easily come in and utilize the facilities. So I think this should be a deliberate action on the part of the government to ensure that they integrate sports into our school curriculum. Sure. It shouldn't just be a thing of school. It shouldn't just be school. School should go on with sporting activities. And that is another way of trying to get some chunk of children out of the street. Because some of them may not end up going to the university. They may just become so well-to-do with the sports, and they travel overseas. They become something else. They will carry so many other persons along. And by then, the society will be gut-ridden of so many of these people that are on the street.
All right, as he's talking about Amusan achievements, in 2016, as a freshman at the University of Texas at SU, Amusan became the second athlete for the university to be named the CUSA Female Track Athletes for the year since UTEP joined CUSA. She was the gold medalist in both the 100 meters hurdles and the 200 meters hurdles. She also claimed a silver in the long jump at the CUSA Championship. Amusan first broke the 13 seconds barrier and the hurdles with a time of 12.83 seconds at the El Paso UTEP Invitational. This eclipse came Tona's UTEP record, which had stood for 33 years. She was runner-up at the 2016 NCAA Outdoor Championship in the 100 meters hurdle. She ran a windy 12.79 seconds behind Kentucky's Jasmine Camacho Queen. Amusan also competed at the 2016 World Junior Championship in Gosek, Poland. Despite winning her second fastest time ever, she placed 5th in the final. She went on to represent Nigeria at the Rio Olympic Games, reaching the semi-finals of the 100 meters hurdles. And of course, in 2017, in her first outdoor race in 2017, she ran a then lifetime best and UTP record of 12.63 seconds in the 100 meters hurdle. She was the CUSA champion in her specialist events and also the runner-up in the 200 meters at the 2017 NCAA Outdoor Championship. There was a reversal of her finishes in the 100 meters hurdles, and in a dramatic race, Amusan claimed the title ahead of Camacho Queen. The previous year's champion, she did this in a personal record time of 12.57 seconds. She also represented Nigeria at the World Championship in London later in the year. Docs, I'm very impressed with her prowess of the 100 meters hurdle and as well as the long jump. She also participated in the 200 meters event as well. What do you make of her flexibility in terms of different events?
I think I'll use the word. I would rather choose to use the word versatility.
Okay.
I'm not saying that flexibility is not good, but I think her versatility. I think it's just like somebody who is into academics. When they bring social topic in history, you are there. They come chemistry, you are there. When they come to engineering, you are there. I think that's how she is. And kudos must be given to her and her ability to adapt to almost all sports that has to do with the track and field. She's into 100 meter. She's into 200. She's into 60-meter hurdles. She's into 100 meters hurdle. She also runs 100 meter and 60 meter, indoor and outdoor. She's so versatile that I think it has to do with commitment. She has been so committed, and she already knows what she wants from onset. If she didn't know what she wants from onset, she wouldn't have achieved that. Sure. And we must also not just talk about him alone. We should also talk about the coach. The coach is Lassena Goldings Clark, a three-time Olympian from Jamaica, who has really groomed her to become what she is now. So we should also give kudos to the coach. And that will take me back to Nigeria. We need to bring in experts into the system to nurture and groom our young lads. Because if we don't do that, it becomes a problem.
Are you saying the one we have are not good enough?
Even if they are good enough, they need to be trained. If they are good enough, where is the result? The result is not showing anything. So that means they need to up their game. They may be good, but they're not giving the result. It is one thing being good in what you know, but imparting it is another thing. We have so many good coaches in football, but not all of them give you the desired result. And the environment also matters. That means if they are good, we also need the facilities. We also need the encouragement. How much of incentive do they give to them? I cannot be a coach and I'm coming to the sports center every day and I don't get anything. Automatically, that will also make me think that what I'm doing is not being valued. So the system should look for a way to see that those who are into coaching, that will help us develop athletes like Toby Amusun, who are so versatile. They should look for a way to encourage the coaches.
Yeah.
And also, the opportunity should also be given to young lads to participate, not limiting them to just one event. I think if they had limited her to one event, she wouldn't have had the opportunity of being able to participate in different events and become flexible, just like you have said. Become flexible in each of these different events.
Okay. All right, so I think at this point we have to take a break. When we'll come back, we'll take a look at other achievements for Toby Amusan, and then we'll talk about her documentary. Of course, this week she asked if we want to put up a documentary for herself, just to document all that she's been able to achieve so far in her career. We'll take a look at that as well on the show this morning. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
The people of Maiduguri need your help. A catastrophic flood has engulfed the city, leaving over 1 million residents stranded and fighting for survival. Entire communities are submerged, with people trapped inside homes and on rooftops cut off from food, clean drinking water and essential supplies. Health experts are warning of a potential outbreak of deadly diseases, and medical facilities are out of commission. The situation is dire. Helicopters, boats and high-riding trucks capable of navigating the treacherous, waterlogged areas are urgently required to reach the countless men, women and children still awaiting rescue. The Nigerian media is issuing a desperate plea to the government, humanitarian organizations, international actors and citizens across the nation. Step in now, before it's too late. For more information on how you can help, contact Professor Usman A. Tar, the Honorable Commissioner for Information and Internal Security, Borno State, on 0809-233-3955. Every second counts.
This is powered by Atlantic Television Network.
You're welcome back to the Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network, and of course we'll bring you the latest about Toby Amusan. And we told you she put up a documentary this week, and that's of course we're taking a look at what she's been able to do for herself, in athletics. But in 2018, Amusan ran a personal best of 7.89 seconds in the 60 meters hurdles at the start of 2018 season. She represented her country at the Birmingham World Indoor Championship, reaching the final in the events. The 2018 Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast, Australia, 2015 world champion Daniel Williams seemed to be the favorite to take the title in the absence of Sally Pearson. In the final, however, Amusan moved ahead of competitors and won the race by a clear meter ahead of Williams. She also won a bronze medal in the 4x100 meters relay with her teammate Joy Odo Gabriel, Blessing Okagbari, and Rosemary Chukwuma. Later in the year, she won her first African Championship title in her signature events at the Asaba African Championship. This fulfilled the Nigerian tradition, being 11 gold for Nigeria in the 100 meters hurdle since Judy Begum triumphed at the inaugural edition of the championship in 1979. She also claimed a gold medal in the 4x100 meters relay at the championship. And then in 2019, the 22-year-old successfully defended her African Games title in August on the 5th of October at the World Championship in Doha, Qatar. She ran a personal best of 12.48 seconds during the 100 meters hurdle qualifying round. In the semi-final the following day, she scored the personal best before placing fourth a few hours later in the final with a time of 12.49 seconds. And then in 2021, Amusan finished fourth at the delayed 2022 Tokyo Olympics with a time of 12.60 seconds. She then later competed in the Zurich Diamond League final event, which she won in a new African record of 12.42 seconds, breaking 23-year-old best of 12.44 seconds held by her compatriot Glory Alozie, and become the first Nigerian to win a Diamond League trophy. A feat, of course, you will see, Doc, first Nigerian to win a Diamond League trophy. She's won the Diamond League 3 times. She won it in 2021, 2022, and 2023 as well.
But the 3 times has not been good, or as you...
Yeah, not really gold, but at least she has been on the podium. She has been in the podium.
2022 was her first gold.
Yes.
Now, no, one thing, just like you mentioned earlier, see, when you know where you are heading to from onset, it becomes difficult for something to distract you.
Definitely.
But when you don't know where you are heading to, or when you are contemplating or thinking of where you want to go, now it becomes difficult for you to get to your goal. In 2022, she becomes the first Nigerian to win a gold medal in the World Athletics meet, which is something that nobody has ever done. That means it has been a target for her.
Yeah.
This is what I want to win. We have had Choma Ajoan and it's like win Olympic goals. But she wants to carve a niche for her, and she achieved it. Kudos must be given to her. It's not easy, and we must celebrate her.
And 2022 was also another impressive year for her. In June, Amusan defended her 100 meters hurdles title at the African Championship in Mauritius with a time of 12.57 seconds. She also competed in the women's 4x100 meters relay to earn a second gold medal. The same month, she lowered her African record in her specialist events with 12.41 seconds clocking when winning at the Diamond League meet in Paris. The 25-year-old entered the World Championship held in Eugene, Oregon in July as a medal contender after back-to-back fourth-place finishes. In the heats, she again battered the African record with a time of 12.40 seconds, improving by a further 0.01 seconds. In the semi-final, Amusan set a new world record of 12.12 seconds, breaking the previous best of 12.20 seconds set by American Kendra Harrison in 2016 and becoming the first Nigeria's world record holder in an athletics event. It was the largest improvement for a world record in the 100 meters hurdle in 42 years. Doc.
Kudos to her. Let's look at her. You talk about versatility. Let's also look at her ability to compete in different events. Now, we cannot just look at her success without also looking at her ability to be able to adapt to different competitions all time of the year. She participated in the Olympics, African Games, World Championship, Continental Cup, Commonwealth. God has given her that gift to be able to adapt to each of these events. And most of these events are not held in the same country. And sometimes it's over the years. If you check in 2022, she was able to compete here, compete in Africa, compete in Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Only one person. How many of our athletes can do that?
She has the ability to adapt.
She has the ability to adapt. Adaptability. In biology, adaptation is a particular topic. How do you adapt to changing situation? That's why when the water becomes warmer, the toad, which is an amphibian, the body temperature tend to adjust to the warm environment. That is how it is also with a human being. So Toby has that adaptability for her to participate in different competitions all around the year. If you're having an athletic meet in, let's say, Bolivia, it is quite different from Bolivia and having a meet in South Africa, because Bolivia is high up the mountain. So you require a lot of energy. So if you were moving from South Africa to Bolivia, how do you cope? But she was able to cope. And she won gold in some of these events in 2022. So we must outrightly give kudos to her trainer, and as well, we must also thank the sports ministry too for bringing such person for us.
Yeah, definitely. I think they did well in sporting her. And she bested her time once again in the final, running 12.06 seconds in that one, and becoming the first Nigeria's world champion at the World Athletics Championship in August at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. Amusan successfully defended her title, winning her second consecutive gold medal in the 100 meters hurdle with a new games record of 12.30 seconds. She also helped power Nigeria's women 4x100 meters relay team to gold. She competed in a specialist event at the Lucerne Diamond League race meets later that month, finishing second with a time of 12.60 seconds behind reigning Olympic champion Jasmine Camacho Queen. Amusan wrapped up her long and successful 2022 campaign by winning 100 meters hurdle at the Zurich Diamond League final event with a 12.29 seconds performance to retain her title. She finished ahead of 2-4 Tia Johnson, Britain, Annie Anderson, and Camacho Queen, setting a new meet record in the process. And on the 16th of July 2023, Amusan clocked a new season best of 12.34 seconds in the 100 meters hurdle at the Celestia Diamond League meet. 3 days later, Amusan was charged with missing 3 anti-doping controls and was given the provisional suspension from participation. On August 17, 2023, the disciplinary tribunal found that Amusan had not committed an anti-doping rule violation of 3 whereabout failures with a 12-month period and a provisional suspension was lifted. Now, the 2022 World Championship held in Budapest, she finished 6th at the final head in 24th of August, and of course was really an impressive one for her. And talking about her progress as well in 2024, Nigeria's 100-meter hurdles world record holder stole the spotlight at the inaugural Jamaica Athletics Invitational on 11th May 2024, and also ran the world-leading 12.40 seconds in Kingston to beat Jamaica's home favorite and reigning world champion Daniela Williams. USA Christina Clemens came third with 12.54 seconds. Doc, take a look at 2023 and as well 2024 at some points. It was not really a good year for Toby. Taking a look at the fact that she was charged of failing anti-doping tests 3 times,
and she passed the
and she was able to fight.
Yes, the one thing
and got the victory.
Sometimes I don't also blame the anti-doping agency for always trying to charge athletes, because if you check, history has made us to understand that back in the days, most of these sprint athletes, most times they take performance-enhancing drugs. If you check, in 1996, we had a certain Marion Jones and Maurice Green, who were 100 meters champion in the Olympics in both female and the male category. Later on, both of them tend to test positive to performance-enhancing drug, which is not good for the game. But and the positive about the whole thing is her ability to come out tops from it. That means she already knows where she's going, and she has that focus. She knows that performance-enhancing drug wouldn't help her to achieve anything in life. Instead, it will ruin one's career, just like most of the top elite athletes who had achieved so much. But when it is now, they now tend to carry out this anti-doping test, and they fail such tests, it now becomes a shame on them and a shame to their nation. And it's also a shame to athletics. So I think we should always see her as a shining light, because it's not easy. Although between that 2023 and 2024, it really affected her. If you check in the Olympics, she couldn't compete. Even at the semi-final, where she did very well, progressing to the final, getting to the final, she fizzled out. This has to do with a lot of psychological and emotional trauma. It translates to her feelings when you are supposed to do this, and they are not tagging you to be something, and you know that your hands are clean. Most of the athletes that have tested positive to anti-doping tests, most of them, it was after they must have carried out the event, or they must have had their runs that they carry out the test. But seeing this lady, even before the event, they tend to test her, as if somebody is trying to trail her. They want to bring her down.
Yeah, of course.
How can a Nigerian be running? So what is really behind this? Is she using something? Since they don't tend to believe in juju, they say, oh, is she using performance-enhancing drug? Though we had a certain athlete from Nigeria who failed doping test. But the case of Tobi Amusun is different.
Nigeria has always been in the spotlight when it has to do with doping. Athletes, in fact, we're on the A-list for the anti-doping agency. So that's why whenever they see a Nigerian athlete at the top, they want to really investigate. But thank God Tobi was able to stand her ground. She took the case to the Court of Arbitration for Sports, and that's why, of course, she got the verdict. Even after that, the Athletic Integrity Unit, they still said they will still go further. But today, she has been set free and all of that. And that's to tell you that some of these athletes that have been accused by the Athletic Integrity, most of them, of course, might not have even taken some of this substance they have been accused of and all that. But thank God for the tenacity, the strength and the courage and confidence from Toby Amusan.
Yes, we have to thank God, but it has also affected her performance between that 2023 and 2024. Just like I was talking about, the emotional aspect and psychological aspect of it. If you check her records in 2022, we would have expected that after winning several golds in different events in 2022, by 2023, there should have been an improvement on what she has achieved in 2023. Then 2024, which is this year, should have been better. But because of this series of doping test, you see that her performance, instead of going up, dropped, which is not a good one for us.
Doc, what do you make of it? I think the only tournament where she has not done enough
is the Olympics.
Yes. And the Paris Olympic Games was another awful outing for Toby. Everyone expected that, of course, she was the hope of all Nigerians, at least coming back with a medal. But you understand, we couldn't come back with a medal this time from the Olympics. So what do you make of it? You think she can still win a medal at the Olympics?
Yes, of course. She can. It should be her. I think for now, that should be her major target. You can't be an elite athlete and a world-renowned athlete without an Olympic medal. I think her target now should be how to win an Olympic medal. And she shouldn't, because of her versatility and her ability to compete in different events, I think this time around she shouldn't just center it on the 100-meter hurdles. She should also look at other events that she can at least have a grasp of a medal to add to her already rich CV. Because when she retires tomorrow, they wouldn't be saying they wouldn't be calling her an Olympic medalist if she doesn't have an Olympic medal.
All right, what do you make of her documentary? Because she came up with the homecoming documentary that she wants to document all that she's been able to achieve since she started, her career in athletics. What do you make of the concept of a documentary for Toby?
It's a good one. It's a good one. I think it will also go a long way in encouraging upcoming athletes and also encouraging those who are already in the game. Because when she brings in this documentary, it's going to go places.
Yeah.
The people around will look at it, the sports ministry, and the documentary won't just talk about it. Will talk about her and how she started.
Yeah.
What role Suso agency, what role Suso person has played in her life to ensure that she achieved all she has achieved. Now, if the government, at the end of the day, maybe the ministry, the role they played is not as much as, they will also help to. It will also help to let them understand the role they ought to play, because if they did play their role very well, maybe she would have gotten to somewhere else than she is now. So the documentary is a good one. It will help us and it will help upcoming athletes to do better in their chosen field.
All right, so I think we're going to unravel a lot about Toby. And of course, we understand she had a lot of money. The last time we checked, we understand she's worth about $1.5 million. Impressive one for Toby Amusan at this point in time. And we look forward to see how, of course, achieving more in the future. Doc, really been an impressive time this morning talking about Toby Amusan. I don't know if you have any other word for her before we leave.
I think, which word? I think the word I will have to say is about upcoming athletes and those who are still within the age bracket of becoming something in the future. The case of Toby Amusan should be something that every athlete within Nigeria should look up to and see how they shape their choosing career. It is one thing to start early. It is one thing to be focused to get to the end of the tunnel. Okay. Toby has done enough for herself, and I think we can have so much of the likes of Toby Amusan in Nigeria if we so desire to have.
All right, thank you very much, Doc. Really, of course, appreciate your knowledge about Toby Amusan this morning. I'll take a bow now, as of course we'll wrap up the show. Don't forget, you can go down to our different social media handle. The conversation, of course, continues right there. Peace and unity, always the pathways to progress. Stay locked here on Atlantic Television Network as more programs will be coming your way. My name is Kinsley Emmanuel. Thanks for watching.